Waselenchuk will be serving first. Good start for Alvy, and once again, John, it's really great to actually do a match with you sitting next to me. We've been friends for a long, long time, and a lot of people might not know, but you are an 8-time winner on the Pro Tour, which brings you real close to the top 10 with that. Multinational doubles champion. You've played all of these guys, and actually you are the only pro player with a winning record over Kane Waselenchuk at 2-1. So you stopped playing the Pro Tour at a good time.
Yeah, obviously. So I haven't played him in 10 years. You know, we had the first match I played him was on this very court. And, he was overhyper, and I crushed him pretty easy. But after that, you know, we had a barn burner in Chicago in the finals, and a barn burner later that season at the Nationals in at Los Cab in LA. So, you know, I just haven't played him as many times as all these other guys have. It's ridiculous to think I have a winning record against him. It's fortunate at the same time, but you know, he's the greatest ever. He's just an amazing talent. So is Alvaro too.
There's a penalty in the call right away by the International Racquetball Tour official Charlie Pratt. Beltran on the board at 1-0.
I'll say one thing, Russ. This wall right here tends to grab the ball and give it that wallpaper effect. Obviously that one didn't, but it does a lot. And there's a lot of the players from this club that just go right down the line with that lob serve. So we'll see if Alvaro can, that's one of his best serves. So we'll see if he can manage to hit a lot of wallpaper serves, and that'll give Kane some struggles.
Also, John, this is a unique court. Why don't you just tell people what the front wall is and the side walls are?
Yeah, we got... Oh, nice. We got some paneling on the front wall. It's pretty new. It was cement originally, and it's cement behind it, obviously, but you know, it's getting chewed up over the 35 years that it's been in existence, and we put some new paneling on the front wall, and it's so it's a little slower off the front wall, but a little faster off the side walls, and the glass is hard to see, especially when you have this on the back wall, especially having this big of a crowd. So yeah, it's unique, but it's fast, and the players like it because of its speed.
Once again, it's unique. It's almost like playing outdoor tennis. There's different surfaces and wind and whatever. So it's really cool. Players do like it. It does play pretty true for the most part. And let's get back to the match.
That's tough, Russ. Beautiful how low he lets that ball drop, and he just kind of bends down. He doesn't always use his knees and legs to get low. He's got that ability to bend and shoot.
If Alvaro's given time, he can really score points.
It's weird. Kane seems a little tense at the beginning of this match than I've seen and witnessed on watching it on IRTnetwork.com.
And also this tournament, as we said, he only lost 14 points the whole tournament, which is an actual ridiculous statement that we're even talking about how many points a guy loses in a professional event. It's ridiculous.
It is. I just can't believe it when I heard that yesterday. Although, you know, I'm watching the matches happen and I'm seeing the scores and should be able to add it up myself. It's only to 14, but it's just ridiculous to even think that a professional player can do that to 3 top players in the world.
Yeah, he plays like he has a plane to catch in 20 minutes. Plus, he also don't know where the ceiling is. He's changing the game of racquetball all by himself. Offense, offense, offense.
Absolutely. You know what he does too? He catches a tournament up on times. If you're running a little behind and Kane's up to play, that's all good. You're going to get a couple hours back right there.
Kane's coach, Jim Winterton, in the audience.
Russ, Alvaro is going to have to make those re-kills. He had 2 opportunities there, and he left both of them up, significantly up, too. I mean, you know, one Kane had to make a little stabbing play, but that's what he does better than anybody in the world. And Alvaro's got to execute those moments.
For those of you who have been living in the cave, the last person to beat Kane Waselenchuk was Alvaro Beltran, January 2009 in Canoga Park, Los Angeles, California. 3.5 years ago, which is almost another amazing statement. Kane has had a couple of forfeits since then, but hasn't lost physically to someone on a court, has had a 137-match unbeaten string, and is currently on a new 11-game unbeaten Kane train. Beltran at 2-3.
We're going to see a lot of short serves from Alvaro today when he's going for the drive serve. But, you know, it kind of sets up mixing in that Z in different locations, different speeds on the Z serve.
As we said earlier, Alvaro, a tour veteran, knows how to play, win or lose. He's going to give an effort here, and I can guarantee you this, he will give Kane the toughest battle in this event here in the finals. He's not intimidated. He's a very offensive, smart player. Might not win, but he's here to win.
Well, at 3-3 already, he scored almost more points than everybody else that Kane's played against, so he's off to a good start in regards to scoring some points here.
Alvaro got lucky there. He left the shot up. Kane missed it. That's Kane's 5th skip shot in game 1.
Wow. That's, yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, he seems a little bit tenser than normal. You know, he's gripping just a bit. And the man's human. It's going to happen. Leaving that up right there is another example. I mean, that's usually a sure put away down the line, across court, whatever he wants. And he left that up off the back ball, and without it even really Alvaro having to do much work to get to it and re-kill.
Like you said, he is human. He doesn't hit a kill shot all the time. You played your whole career against Cliff Swain, Sudsy Munchak, and a few other really great players, so you know what it's like to play players that are really great, but they're not unbeatable.
No, absolutely not. If you have that attitude that they are unbeatable on the court, you'll have no chance. And not only that, you'll get dismantled in 3, and it'll feel a little bit embarrassing out there. I mean, I've experienced that with Sudsy and Cliff for sure. Jason and I tended to have really good matches most of the time in his battles, but Alvaro's playing well. He's playing well right now.
Alvaro's playing real well. Forcing some of those unforced errors by Waselenchuk, who skipped another shot a few seconds ago. 7-3, I believe.
That's correct.
Game 1. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but it'd be really nice if Alvaro Beltran could win his first Pro Tour victory against Kane Waselenchuk.
Yeah, I mean, what more would you want? You know, right now, if he wins game 1, he's going to have this place flipping out. I'll tell you that right now. And I won't lie. I mean, this is a predominantly Spanish-speaking club. Maybe not this, you know, the players playing the tournament, but you can feel the vibe in the club. Alvaro knows that, and, you know, it feels right at home here, and you can see that indicated with the score right now. See that little butt pat that Alvaro gave Kane there after the little dink skip that he should always make?
Well, there's a little history here, by the way.
Recent history, too.
Recent history. Players love each other, but sometimes things get done on the court that players don't like. And Alvaro Beltran has a game point, I believe.
He's playing phenomenal right now. He's serving great lob serves that are no chance for Kane to really cut him off and blast. Kane refuses to go to the ceiling ever, so you know he's going to get some re-kill opportunities. Has he made a first serve yet?
Yeah, the lob went in once, I think.
Okay. I should have said, has he made a drive serve yet?
Alvaro with a big smile over a ridiculous shot by Kane, but the bottom line is Alvaro could live with those flat rollout kill shots because he's saying all he's got to do is miss one and I could win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, if he's forcing Kane to make that type of shot, well, you know, that's what you have to force someone to do in the future. Your son used to tell me that all the time on the court. You better roll. You're going to have to roll it out all day to beat me. Wow, Alvaro just gave a skip call there.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. But occasionally a player just can't live with himself by taking a call, Ruben Gonzalez-esque.
Yeah, for sure. And that might have stuck in his mind for another 3 or 4 points, and you can't have that. Might as well just make a call on yourself at times and let it go. That's sick, Russ. That's really talented right there.
Yeah, just so everyone out there knows, game one's not over yet.
Not even close. He's serving, he's scoring points normally, so this is a long ways to go so far, Alvy.
And if Kane scores this point, Beltran will call a timeout.
Wow. I'm not sure why the crowd isn't clapping for that one. That was one of the greatest. I mean, that's just a great shot. Keep it down, McNally.
There's that timeout by Beltran at 6:10.
You've watched a couple racquetball matches, Russ.
Yeah, I kind of know Alvaro's style, and he's one of the smartest players around, again, being a tour veteran. And you did mention that he will have this crowd on his side because it is a predominant Spanish area. And speaking of that, you have Team Adrenaline here here in Stockton. And tell us a little about some of the young guys coming up, and several of them that qualified here into the main draw.
Yeah, we call ourselves Team Adrenaline 209. Not me, obviously. I'm the old guy around here, but we got, obviously it's led by Jose Rojas at number 4 in the world right now. He's out there playing the tour full time. He's also a student at University of Pacific, which is a fantastic school here in Stockton. We have his brother Marky Rojas coming back from injury, getting fit, getting his knee prepared. Really, his goal for this season is to win the Junior Olympics in Fullerton in June. Jose Diaz is the ultimate entertainer on the racquetball court. He's constantly putting on a show for everyone in this region and taking that worldwide as well. A couple others, Bobby Horn, Jose Serrano are in the group and great players. And even a player like Ismael Aldana, who's not playing as much as he was as a junior. He's a 1600 junior world champion, beating Jose Rojas back then, and he's still playing here as well. So we got a lot of talent around here.
Yeah, actually, I think Marky Rojas lost to Kane in this tournament, and Jose Diaz lost to Bancroft. So these guys are representing themselves pretty well. 6:10.
They're coming in bunches now, in waves.
Yeah, it's two different Kane Waselenchuks. The first half of game one, he skipped 6 shots. The second half, he's lights out. 7-10 game one. Good serve by Kane. Alvaro flat rolls it out with his backhand.
He was kind of on one foot when he did that, and he hit maybe the top 2 strings on his racket. But I don't want to call that lucky. I mean, that's what he had to do to make that shot because the ball was about to get by him. And so, talent, man. He's got such great talent and great hands himself.
2 best hands in the game here. Kane Waselenchuk having the best soft hands of all time. And Alvaro with nice hands himself.
That's game one.
Game one, Alvaro Beltran. And we're back to the action here on the RIT Network at the 2012 Stockton Pro-Am. A shocker. Alvaro Beltran winning game one, 11-7 from Kane Waselenchuk. First game he's lost this event.
Wow, Russ. I mean, that was a great serve. The depth of it, and he made that from 39.5 and made it look easy.
Well, Alvaro has taken games from Kane before. A while back, he beat him first game in Cali, Colombia. Real fast courts. Then again at the U.S. Open. Replay call.
Not sure about that, Russ. I mean, this is pro racquetball. It's Alvaro looked for it. Maybe he didn't want to continue on with that rally. I thought that was a close one to not being. I mean, pro racquetball is not the same hindrance in terms of hindrances as amateur racquetball.
And you can see the look Kane gave Charlie Pratt. He gave him a little look like, really? But Alvaro did raise his hand, kind of like a fair catch call, and Charlie just made a decision. And
sure, safety matters too. Sure.
One 0 is the score. First real mistake by Alvaro.
Surprising that he skipped that one as bad as he did. I mean, skipping it close to the front wall would have been not as surprising, but he kind of duffed that one. I don't know if maybe Kane's positioning was bothering him a little bit. Maybe he had the thought for a second, maybe I'll hit Kane. It's hard to do. It's really hard to maybe hit somebody on purpose, or even you're not trying to drill them or anything. Just they're in their way a little bit. So there's another one too.
Yeah, 2 unforced errors in a row. You don't want to give the Kane train an extra push.
He's looking to get kick-started here and just go on a big run, really take Alvaro down quickly in this game, and then it's like a whole new match in that situation. It's funny, Russ. Obviously Kane's going to be compared to Cliff a lot because of the lefty style, the big drive serve when they want it. Cliff came with it all the time. And they put a lot more effort into it. Kane's is a little more smoother, but to me, in a lot of ways, he plays more like Sudsy. And I mean that sometimes he can just rocket a ball by you with his backhand, and you don't see it on that cross court. You can't get a step towards it. Whereas Cliff's backhand wasn't quite as hard, hit as hard. And it's just so much similarities of being able to roll balls around the court.
I've said this before. I see him as a combination of Cliff and Sudsy. He has that serve that Cliff has, maybe not better, but almost as good. And he has a lot of Sudsy shots, and he has real quick feet. A different kind of quickness than maybe a Jason Menino type quickness or a Ruben Gonzalez quickness, just a little different. And his hands are phenomenal. He has a lot of touch and a lot of control that comes from that hockey background. So he's kind of like a combination of some of the great players of the game.
Yeah, not only that, there's one other factor that I see all the time is that, he has his edge is different on the court. He nice guys you out there, but nice shot in you every time you hit a good one, which they're rare against him. Giving you pats on the butt. That guy, it's hard not to really like Kane. I mean, he's a good guy on and off the court.
And if you don't like him, you got to admire the things that he's doing on the court.
Yeah, without a doubt.
To me, he's like a mixed martial artist. There are some mixed martial arts fighters that have big punches. Some have jiu-jitsu. Some have kickboxing skills. Some have wrestling skills. But you got to have them all at a high black belt in all of those to really be a champion, and that's what he has. He doesn't have a weakness, even though some people say his backhand is weak. Backhand's not weak.
His backhand, he's got the best backhand in the game right now. The best backhand in the world. That's crazy to hear anybody say. When I hear someone say maybe Shane Banderson has the best backhand, you got to be kidding me. Shane's is great, phenomenal, but close.
Alvaro hitting 3 shots, Kane getting them all back. Alvaro went for a little too much on a backhand reverse pinch. And game 2 is going the way most of Kane Waselenchuk's games are going.
I wonder if Pablo has a clock on how long this game's taking, because it's obviously very short. Timeout, Russ.
Alvaro Beltran calling a timeout. The IRT Network wishes to thank Sal and Dee Perconti and Perconti Data Systems for their advertising support on the IRT Network. Perconti Data Systems is a proud advertiser on the new racquetball directory and they have provided some software design and data systems consulting in both the public and private sectors in various markets for over 30 years. Check them out online at Perconti, D-O-T-C-O-M-E. That's www.dotperconti.com. Also, the IRT Network wants to thank our friends on the Racquetball Directory. They are Headpen, Perconti Data Systems, ProKennex, One Shot Sports, Ectalon, ENetLive.tv, Gearbox Racquetball, and Phoenix Consulting. Players are back on the court. Eight zeros to score. And I guarantee you this, Kane Waselenchuk wants this donut.
Yeah,
he's relentless. Ridiculous forehand splat shot, giving him 9-0 over Beltran.
You know, the crowd's a little confused right now. Obviously, Kane didn't look anywhere near this good first portion of the first game. Alvaro big lead. They're kind of trying to pull for Alvaro. Now, you know, they like seeing Kane take game two, but in this fashion, it's hard to decide who to root for some of these people.
Well, they could be like us, just watch racquetball and talk about it.
Yeah, you know that, but the tournament director wants to see it kind of go crazy up in here.
As it gets a little more down the line, I think it will. Speaking of a tournament director, how many participants did you have in this first-time event since 8 years?
Yeah, we had 287. It definitely helped that it was also a regional qualifier, in addition to obviously having the top players in the world here with the IRT. So we're stoked about the number of players in this event. It's a long night last night. I got out of here at 5-2. We definitely ran behind. I'm not embarrassed to admit that. It's just the way it goes. A lot of close matches, but you know, people stuck it out, and here we are back again. And now we're all, you know, just having time of our lives watching this match. You know what's amazing is that the lack of diving Kane ever has to do out there. I mean, you rarely see him have to get on the floor for a ball.
As the crowd starts to wake up, seeing Alvaro on the board at 1-9.
It's interesting there. Kane was looking at Coach Winterton a little bit there after that shot. You don't see that very often, though. You see him talking between. Rarely do you see Kane give a look over to him, maybe like he's seeking some advice.
I don't know if you noticed that, but that was a ceiling shot by Waselenchuk.
That was. Yeah.
Hope we have video of that. We could put it on Facebook.
Alvaro rolled it pretty easy. Maybe he should never do that again.
That takes care of going to the ceiling.
Yeah. It's funny watching Kane's matches. I mean, you just see a ton of shaking heads going on, just like, oh my God.
I was just told by the IRT Network statistician that was his second ceiling ball.
Not sure I agree with that call.
There are those soft hands by Waselenchuk. Game 2 goes to Kane Waselenchuk. players are on the court. We are back to the action here at the 2012 Stockton Pro-Am. I'm here with John Ellis, multinational junior champion, 8-time winner on the Pro Tour, national doubles champion. Watching an interesting match. First two games were completely opposite, right, John?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kane didn't look so good that first game. Made a little comeback at the end, got some momentum. Alvaro finished him off, and then, devastating. Kane's level just rose several levels, and interesting right off the bat. A little skip that kind of reminds you of the beginning of game one. That must have been close enough to at least look at the ref, because that's what Alvaro did, and most of them have been like rollouts so far on the drive serves.
Like you said, almost a beginning mirror of game one.
You and I were both a little stunned there with that shot that he just said. It was just kind of yucky. And, you don't see that from very. Oh, a drive serve that went in.
And the ceiling shot, number 3.
Russ, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to do that to beat Kane, to beat him, not just play with him. To beat him, you have to be able to make him reach and do something defensive off of a drive serve, a drive Z, and you have to kill the next ball. And you got to expect that to be the way you can do it. That's the problem right there, is that he's ridiculous on the return to serve most of the time. That was a great serve, and against most people he's going to get a weak return. And Kane just rolled that in his face.
Nice hands by Beltran. This is the next to last IRT Pro Stop in the 2011-2012 seasons. The next one and final one will be the Echelon Pro Nationals in Fullerton, California. The 4-wall portable glass court. Second biggest event of the year after the U.S. Open. And that will be the end of May. Good racquetball by both players as the crowd appreciates it.
Yeah, he left that pinch up, and Alvaro was going to the right, and it was a big setup for Alvaro if he wouldn't have, gone one way and anticipated it one direction and having the ball go the other direction. It's funny to see Kane when he's happy on the court like that, which is most of the time, and smiling all that.
Alvaro too.
Alvaro, yeah, they're similar in that regard. They get a lot of smiles in on the court. They enjoy themselves out there. That may seem kind of corny at times, they're smiling out there. Who cares, John? They're playing a game for a living. They're entertaining for a living, and why not have some fun doing it? There's some light moments out there with just funny things that happen, and it's natural to have a good time like that. Maybe you didn't always see someone like Cliff smiling out there, but he said some funny things out there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, Cliff smiled once on the court. They got that picture in the Hall of Fame.
That's right. That's right. I can promise you, though, he said some things under his breath that were just absolutely hilarious, and I'd have to keep it in sometimes because I tend to think Cliff Swain's one of the funniest human beings alive. Most of his close friends know that to be true as well.
Kane doing some lob serves. Alvaro's return doesn't work.
And that shot there, that re-dink with the soft hands is nothing for him. I mean, that's what he does night and day. It's so easy for him. That's why when he misses something like in game one, it's just really surprising.
Oh. Yeah. Kane took a little off of that serve, kind of like a change-up. Alvy's backhand wasn't able to adjust. 4-2. Game 3. Tied 1 game apiece here at the 2012 Stockton Pro-Am In Shape Health Club. Kane smiling a little more than Alvaro right now.
Yeah, he just, you know, I don't think Alvaro saw that ball coming back past Kane's shorts, similar colors, and got him right off of the foot. Kane looked at him and pointed to his shoes and said size 12. And, you know, he keeps it light out there, man. He's having a good time. That's why it's so fun to watch as well, even if he's giving his opponent a beating.
Smart serving down the line again by Waselenchuk. Again, I don't think he's hitting the ball as hard as he can. He just has some really nice strokes and good placement. The serve wasn't a bullet Cliff Swain serve. It's just well placed. Alvaro had to go to the ceiling, and you go to the ceiling with Kane, you have less of a chance of winning that rally.
Absolutely.
Beltran put up the fair catch signal and then rolled the ball out. Charlie Pratt called a replay right away. Alvaro knows that's the right call.
I'm surprised Kane didn't re-kill that opportunity. That's, you know, that's kind of the way he makes people feel out here. Is when he doesn't re-kill an easier opportunity, you're a little shocked by it.
I guess everyone expects perfection all the time, but when you're playing a player like Beltran, who is as smart as he is, even Waselenchuk will make some mistakes. And if you don't know by now, Kane is looking for his 7th year-end #1 ranking on the International Racquetball Tour, which will surpass the great Cliff Swain, the only other player that has 6.
Russ, let me ask you, is it already a lock for him, or can he not win it possibly?
Well, it wasn't a lock before this event because he had missed several events due to a back injury. So it was possible that Rocky Carson could catch him. But since Rocky Carson lost yesterday, and if Kane wins this tournament, I think that clinches it. But I'm not 100% sure of that, so you'll have to check the IRT site rankings at the middle of the week because that will be updated.
All right. You know, regardless of whether that's the case or not, and he becomes #1 officially, even before Fullerton, I bet he talks himself into that he needs Fullerton just to solidify that #7.
Well, Fullerton being a Grand Slam, even if he clinches #1, he's going to go there and just put a real stamp on this season, because even though it was an excellent season for him, he had a couple of forfeits due to and had to not go to a few events, and he's a little disappointed that his 137 match unbeaten streak was broken, but that's life. He'd rather be a 7-time world champion than the streak, so he started another one. He's now at 11.
It's a pretty good streak in and of itself for most players. How old is he, Russ?
He is 30.
I want to say 31, but I don't want to be wrong either.
He's either 30. I think he's 30. I think he'll be 30. He's 30. He'll be 31 real soon, a couple of months.
Okay. I mean, #7 really is just the number in this situation. It's what number is he going to end at, and that's you know, that's the one that's going to be amazing when he decides to hang him up in pro racquetball.
He's already second in total tour victories. Cliff Swain is #1 with 70, and Kane has 61, I believe.
Man, that's a lot of winning.
That's a lot of events.
I'll tell you what, there were a couple seasons early on in my career where Cliff did a lot of similar things that Kane did in terms of winning consistently, just almost every event. Maybe a little more depth at the time in terms of at the top level, and those matches weren't quite as dominating as Kane's are right now, and a couple guys might have snuck in a win. There was more tournaments at that stage with the VCI back in the day, but you know, I think it's just amazing to see what Kane's doing in terms of each match and how he's going about just dismantling the players. So it's still shocking for me to witness it.
It's great to watch. The other players Rocky Carson, Bancroft, Alvaro, they just got to pick up their game and get a little better, just like you had to pick up your game when you were in that 4th spot and you had to play the number 1 seed Cliff Swain in every semifinal. Like, you didn't complain, you just went out and played him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's I remember when I was in the spot where I was playing him in around the 16s for a little while, Cliff, and I took about good 12, 13, 14 losses before I beat Cliff, and you know, there became a spot once finally where I said, this is enough. I'm going to be out there and just battle him again, and I got to win, and then got a couple more after that against Cliff, but I took so many. My record against Cliff in IRT events was 7-31, and that's just pathetic.
Well, it's not pathetic. I'd look at it this way. You beat arguably the greatest player ever to play 7 times, so
I look at it like that
and you
sometimes,
beat a few other guys too. I seen you beat Sudsy a few times and Jason a few times. So you had your battles.
You know, great players forget about the wins and most times, and they just remember the losses because those hurt. And you know, and that's you got to forget about your wins quick. Kane obviously does that every time. One difference for us I see with Kane with his drive serving compared to most every other player on tour. Every other player on tour is worried about having balls not come off the back wall, making it. They'd rather have it be short and have a second serve than be just a great drive serve trying to hit an ace drive serve or a really great drive serve. Kane does it. He goes for a great drive serve every time. Might not be as powerful as a Cliff Swain, but he goes for that great drive serve. He's disappointed when he hits it short, whereas the other guys are almost like, oh, relieved. I'd like to see Alvaro really work hard on getting a bunch of drive serves in. Make Kane beat you with that crossover kill shot down the line. That's hard to do over and over again.
I think Alvaro's mixing it up pretty good.
Yep.
You kind of have to get in a little higher percentage of first serves, but I think he's trying to do what you're thinking he should do.
Yeah, I hope so. His variety's always really good. He takes the pace off it and hits nice Z-serves and all that stuff. But yeah, I'd like to see him really not worry about being so exact and perfect with the drive. So really get it to that spot. Make Kane do some great things to try to beat you and not always have to go to the second serve options.
We are here at the finals presented by ProKennex in Stockton, California at the In Shape Health Club. Little towel timeout on the court as the towel boy gets a hand by the crowd. Waselenchuk at 10-4. He put the hit on that one, Ellis, going cross court.
Yeah, absolutely. He swung harder too. You could see it as he came out of it too. I love watching that. I miss those days of bomb and drive serves and watching guys bomb drive serves. That was beautiful.
Beltran has a lot of talent and shot making ability, especially on that forehand side, but he's going to have to get hot right now, otherwise this game will be history.
You know what? It's taxing to have to serve this many short serves, useless swings, basically. You know, even if it's causing some deception in your game, it's just, man, you saw it there with Alvaro's reaction as well. That's tough. Kane was going full force at that, real low, and he stopped, came up, chilled out for a second, and made that pinch.
And hit a 20-mile-an-hour pinch shot.
That was tough. Made it look so easy, nobody really understands how awesome that was.
Game 3 goes to Kane Waselenchuk as the crowd appreciates that. 11-4.
Really excited about this event that's back. I'm a little excited about sleeping on my couch tonight for a little while. I'm tired. Really thankful to our presenting sponsors, KE Real Estate, Heidi and Mike Lippett. We're just so excited to have them on board and to be the ones who really kickstarted this event. Nectalon, Racquetball, and then all the sponsors that are on the sidewalls. I won't go through them all, but I'm going to get ready to present a trophy. I have a feeling this is going to be over after this game. That's my call. I hope not. I hope Alvaro can stick it out and make this I wouldn't call it a 5-game barn burner if he did that, unless this game was unbelievable, but I just hope it goes 5. But I'm going to get ready for the end of Game 4.
Thanks for coming on board. Great event here. Always nice to see you and the family up in Stockton. Look forward to coming back.
Same to you, Russ. Your family's welcome here anytime with us, and it's great to be online with you and do this. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, John. Back to the action. Beltran serving. And Alvaro with a 2-0 lead here in Game 4. Beltran with an opportunity, left it up. Kane didn't leave his up. 0-2's the score. Game 4. Alvaro with another opportunity up front and skips it. Knows he missed an easy shot. Unforced error. Beltran disappointed. Game 4 is tied at 2 apiece. Bang, bang rally that the crowd appreciates. Waselenchuk with a skip shot. Beltran back in the service box. Score tied at 2 apiece. Kane looking for a wet ball, I believe. Not going to get the call. Quick 2 points by Beltran, 4-2. Game 4. Kane Waselenchuk up 2-1. Well-crafted point by Waselenchuk, moving Alvaro around the court, and a simple forehand pin shot. 3-4. Serve was called good for a piece. We'll have a side out as a wet spot gets wiped up on the court. We'll take this opportunity to thank everyone who helped us out this weekend in John Scott's absence. Being here, helping me out on the mic was Alvaro Beltran, Amy Ruiz from Echelon, John and Dave Ellis, Mike Orr, and Adam Karp. Adam Karp making a comeback here in his hometown of Stockton. Won a couple of rounds, almost qualified, lost to Jose Serrano. Serving Rikel by Waselenchuk, 5-4. As the players exchange positions, 5-4 again. Another excellent backhand kill shot. Pin shot by Alvaro Beltran. He'll be serving at 4-5 once again. Side out, quickly called by referee Charlie Pratt, saying the ball was unretrievable. Once again, Waselenchuk in the service box at 5-4. Excellent serve right down the line, hugging the wall. 6-4 Waselenchuk. Another good serve by Kane. And a recall, 7-4. Might be a timeout time for Alvaro Beltran. Beltran back in the service box at 4-7. And an unforced error by Waselenchuk, 5-7. Kane Waselenchuk back in the service box at 7-5. Here at the Pro Kennex Finals, here at the 2012 Stockton Pro-Am. Great hustle by Beltran to get a replay on that. Waselenchuk a little too lackadaisical. Gave that point up. Back to the action, 7-5. Excellent serve, better return, 5-7. Extreme quickness by Waselenchuk to get to that shot. 7-5 once again. Kane showing the other side of his game. Quickness and diving ability. 8-5 is the score. Timeout, Beltran. And we are back to the action after a timeout by Beltran. Score is 8-5, game 4. Waselenchuk up 2-1. As Kane skips a shot, giving Alvaro a little life. Another ridiculous stroke by the Waselenchuk backhand. Pinch, right side corner, 9-5. We have our first match point. Waselenchuk, 10-5. Kane Waselenchuk over Alvaro Beltran here at the Pro Kenix Finals at the 2012 Stockton Pro-Am.